Today I'm going to be opening the planner that I've chosen for 2025. So this is the LEUCHTTURM 2025 soft cover, and it's a B6 Plus paperback. So I'll show you when I open it, but it's quite flexible. To give you an idea of size, it's somewhere in between an A5 size, which is this, and an A6 pocket notebook. So if we put it in between those, you'll see that it's just slightly smaller than the A5. And for me, this size is perfect for fitting. It fits into all of my bags. You can carry it around. It's portable, but it's also big enough so that you can actually see what you've written in it. So I've had the Weekly Planner and Notebook this year in navy blue, and I've really enjoyed using it. But actually what happened is I started out the year 2024 with this one, which is actually the LEUCHTTURM monthly planner, and I thought I was going to love it. It just became too messy really for me, and I went back to the layout that I always return to. I realised that whenever I get stressed with a planner system that's not working, this is the format, the layout that I always go back to. This is my kind of quiet, safe place. This is using this layout. I know that I'll be organised and I'll keep on top of everything. So that's the reason really that I've chosen it again for 2025. I've chosen it in this new colour, which is called Ink, which I really like. So I'll just open this now and show you the inside. So the 2025 Weekly Planner and Notebook in a soft cover and in the B6 Plus paperback size. So if we take that off, you can see that it's quite flexible, and that's another thing that I like about it. It just feels really tactile. You can carry it anywhere. So it starts, of course, with a contact page at the front, and then we move to the calendar at a glance, which in this one we'll get 2024, 2025 and 2026. We then get the current year, so 2025, a line a day, which you can use to put in things like birthdays, holidays, key dates, things like that. So that's across 2 pages. You have the first 6 months there, and then the second, July to December, here. We have the same for 2026 here, so another 2 pages for looking at a week, looking at a year at a glance. We have a page of international holidays, and then this project plan, which again I found quite an interesting one to use. I started last year using it as a habit tracker, but I didn't continue on that because I have an app that I use for that instead. And the reason that I didn't continue using it is just because it's very small. So if you've got perhaps better eyesight than me, it would be easier, but these numbers here are a bit too small for me to see. But nevertheless, I like the fact that it has a project plan in it, and I know that there are many people who will really make use of that page. And then we begin, so it gets straight into it. You have the days and a block of space down the left hand side, which is your calendar or your diary, your main planner, and then you have a right hand page for notes. Now the way I use the left hand side is that I colour code it. So I have a part-time job that I do, highlighted blue, my freelance work is green, content for my Substack and YouTube channels is pink, and then anything that's personal is yellow. So I use the left hand side mainly for an overview of what am I doing that day, or where am I supposed to be, or specifically what role am I in that day. And then I put my key appointment, anything that has a time attached to it, like a meeting or an appointment. And then the right hand side I use in 2 ways. I use it as a to-do list, although I use Todoist online as a task manager for my work. I tend to use this as a to-do list for my personal items, things to do with family and home. But I also use it if I'm going out to a meeting. I only actually need to take this one notebook because I can just make notes on this right hand side and then type them up when I get home. So that's the way that I use that as well, but obviously it is very, very versatile. You can use this right hand page in whatever way works for you. And then when we come to the end of the weekly planner section, we get a number of blank pages here at the back. Now there are 19 sides of blank paper that you can use as a general notebook at the back. And then we have the labels that come with the Leuchtturm, and then we have a pocket at the back here, which is quite useful for keeping loose bits of paper. We then, as with all Leuchtturm notebooks, we get 2 ribbons, one in a plain colour and one stripy. The other thing that I always do is I order a pen loop in the same colour. So I'm just going to attach this now, and I'll show you how I'll get it set up for the first week of January 2025. So the way that I set this up is I put a clip at the beginning of the month. So that'll stay at the beginning of January until we move to the beginning of February, because I might put down here some of my monthly goals. And then this ribbon will come with me to whichever week within the month that we are. So I actually have 3 bookmarks. I have one at the beginning of the month, one in the current week, and then one at the notes page here. I've found that the Parker Jotter pens are the perfect size to fit into these pen loops, so that's what I use there. And that's it. I'm feeling very organised and ready for January 2025 with the Leuchtturm Weekly Planner and Notebook in a B6 Plus paperback size.